Come on in, guys. Double tap the screen. Let's get it rocking in here today. Come on in, guys. We're talking about healing from divorce and breakups. Good morning, Missy. Hope you guys had a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. I haven't been live. I've had a sick kid. But we are back today. Some of y'all are going through a divorce and a breakup or something that's causing you some pain and some sorrow and some grief, and you don't know how your life is going to move on. I'm here to tell you that it will, as long as you make it go on. Good morning, Miss Cindy. So come on in, guys. Y'all start double tapping the screen. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you guys are recovering from the weekend. All right. Can't hear me? Can y'all hear me all right? Facebook, I know you guys can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Oh, you can hear me? All right. Okay, cool. Thank you. All right. So you can hear me. Say yes or no. What's up, Nina? Okay, cool. Not sure why you guys can't hear me. Miss Cindy, my 8 weeks is $2,497. Barely? What's going on? All right, some of y'all can hear me loud and clear. I don't know. Drop your questions, drop your comments, guys. Let's get it rocking today. Let's go, let's go. Larissa, what's up? Felicia, what's up? Good. Trail Hiker, what's up, man? Make sure you guys are double tapping the screen. If you guys are new here, my name is Scott. I'm a certified Christian divorce recovery coach, and I help people heal from divorce and breakups. What's up, Miss Heather? Make sure you guys are following me at the top of the screen. Doing well in yourself? I'm good. I am blessed. I got the opportunity to wake up this morning. Life is good. Let's go. He's a fearful avoidant. Okay, so that means he has a tendency to leave when things get uncomfortable, but he still has the craving for a relationship. And you're probably anxious attached. How is everybody doing today? Double tap the screen. Make sure you guys are following me at the top of the page. Larissa says, I have just completed financial settlement and have now completely blocked my ex, and it feels so great to be in full no contact. Good for you. So what do you want to do now? What would you like to accomplish now? Candace says, it's been 8 months and I still want to reach out to my ex-husband. What kind of healing work have you done? Ileana says that she is an avoidant. Okay, well, at least you're aware of that. So now you can actually start doing some work to correct that. That's not something that you're stuck with. You can change your attachment styles. That is not something that I specialize in, but there are other people out here that do. Come on in, guys. Let's go, let's go, let's go. The Griffin, what's up? Yep, the next step is get divorced. Then what? Then what? Some of y'all think that now that I'm divorced, everything's perfect. And it may be to a certain extent because you're experiencing what is known as the relief stage. But there may come a time when you start really struggling with it. What is your goal now? Are you going to get back in the dating world like immediately? Is there already somebody else? Where are we at? I see a lot of people that already have somebody lined up. That's why you're so excited about this divorce, because now you can move on to this new relationship. Working on yourself? Good. How? Tanya says dating. How's that going for you? How is that wonderful dating world going for you? Had a client yesterday. She was nervous about getting back into the dating world. She didn't think anybody would pay her any attention or nothing like that because she's in her 60s. So I sent her to an app that is specifically for 50-plus-year-olds. I sent her to a 50-plus dating app, and she got like 20 messages or something yesterday. Dating stinks 5 years later. You know, I see a lot of people stuck at the dating world, especially women, because y'all keep saying, I'm just going to stay single, or I'm having a hard time finding somebody. It's because you keep trying to date the people that don't want to date you. Y'all are too dang picky. Too dang picky. I've talked to so many women that when they go on these dating apps, when you get to go in there and kind of filter out who you're looking for, y'all immediately pick 6 foot or plus. Y'all weed out all the people that are shorter than 6 foot. Good luck with that. You just eliminated 85% of men. No new person, working on myself, spending time with my friends. Good. I did reach out this weekend and found out he has a girlfriend by snooping his Facebook page. Sent me down a spiral. Undid all the work I have done over the last year. I've not dated anyone. I want to heal first. Yeah, so that's part of the triggers, because you went looking, which you should not have done. What did we learn? Just don't do that again. And he's off living his life. He's already got a new woman. He's in a new relationship that he gets to snuggle with every night. And there you are all by yourself. That's a huge trigger, right? Let me get some TikTok messages here. Going through a divorce right now at the beginning, it's terrifying. It is, but I can walk with you through this. I really can. You guys can book a call with me in my bio. 33, or just send me a message. 33-year-old male, divorced 2 years ago. Everyone I date now just feels like I'm settling. It's odd. Let's call it what it is. The dating world is trash. Right? We go on dating apps, and as we're scrolling these dating apps, we're like, yeah, she's cute. Heart. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. Oh, she's cute. We're looking at superficial stuff. And of course, that's all you're going to really see on dating apps in the beginning. This is why you get out here and you start to actually go on dates. So many of y'all have this idea that I'm going to get out here, I'm going to meet somebody, I'm going to jump into another relationship, and we're going to live happily ever after. Good luck with that. It is so hard to get out here to meet someone that you're compatible with, right? That likes all the things that you like. You know, they don't have to like everything, but y'all have some things in common, some conversation stuff that y'all can do, right? Same goals, things like that. But guess what? They have to like you back. It's a hard thing. Maybe stop focusing on trying to get married again. Maybe stop focusing on trying to land in a new relationship as soon as possible. Why don't you take some people on some dates and not have sex with them? That'd be crazy, wouldn't it? That'd be a crazy idea. It's hard. I understand. Maybe don't physically connect with someone. Maybe just date to get to know somebody for a while. It's hard not to compare. That is a very, I gotta pin that. Oh my God, that's a valid thing. I need to make a video on that. Hold on, let me make myself a note, because that was it right there. I forgot all about that video. What she says is hard not to compare. A couple different things. On that. Number one, you're comparing where you are in your healing journey to them out here living their life and they're moving on. That sucks, right? You're like, oh my God, they get to just go out here and be happy, and I'm over here heartbroken. That's valid. But it could also mean that she's talking about when you go out here trying to date somebody, if they're not hotter than your ex, y'all know what I'm talking about? You come out here and you may meet someone who's awesome. but they're not hotter than your ex. And you're like, oh God, everybody's going to think that I'm downgrading. And I sure don't want him to think that I'm down. You're overlooking a wonderful human being that may be there if you get paralyzed in a car accident because you're worried about what your ex may think. How petty are we? Let me explain something to y'all about attraction. You may have someone who's super hot, super great in bed, but they're crazy. And over time, the super hot and the good in bed is going to wear off, and all you're going to be left with is what? The crazy. Stop being superficial, folks. What's up, Jimmy? I see you. Good morning, Scott. I got validation yesterday. My ex-husband, he is now sitting in jail with a DV against his new wife. Awesome. And you escaped that. You know, y'all should go to Netflix and watch The Worst Ex Ever. Y'all should watch that series. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Look at that. Howdy. I got one of those little hats on TikTok. Come on in, guys. Work on you. Be the best version of yourself. That will be a payback. Yep. I mean, comparing to the feelings and what I'm going through. What do you mean? Comparing what feelings? What are you talking about? So many of y'all are out here trying to walk this earth because you want to meet someone who meets a certain criteria because you want to impress your friends. Men are notorious about this because we want to go out here and we want to impress other men like those men give a crap about us and they pay our bills. The only man who ever really wants you to do better than him should be your father. Colleen says, what's up from Hawaii? Colleen, I have a joke. I saw some news the other day that in Hawaii they have banned really loud laughing. Did y'all see that? In Hawaii they banned really loud laughing. They only allow aloha. Yeah, I know. I'm tired and silly this morning. Whatever. Oh, let's go. Let's go. I've been to Hawaii. It's very beautiful there. Gets really boring after about 3 days because you've seen everything. What's up from New Jersey? What's up, guys? Scott, doing your boot camp was the best thing I ever done in my healing journey. Well, thank you, Miss Kathy. We need to reconnect, sister. Protect your heart. Yeah, the Bible says guard your heart above all things because from it flows the springs of life. What's up from Guyana or Ghana? What's up? What questions do we have this morning, guys? We're talking about healing from divorce and breakups. If you guys are new here, my name is Scott. I am a certified Christian divorce recovery coach, and I've helped over 700 people over the last 3 years to heal and recover and move on from their toxic relationships, divorce, breakups, those types of things. I literally got a message from one of my clients. She lives up in Alaska, and the only reason she was in Alaska was for her ex, and she had a job. She was living in a camper. I'm not going to, wouldn't tell her name or anything, but her situation was basically she was wanting a fresh start. So I worked with her. I think we've got 2 weeks left now, but I worked with her for 12 weeks. She sent me a text this morning. She said, I just sold my camper. I've got 2 weeks left on this next journey. Her next goal is to move back down to the states. And she's just going to take a year off and she's just going to travel around with her dog. And I'm like, good for you. Good for you, because you actually get the opportunity to come out here and figure out where you actually want to be and who you want to be in your life. Whitney, what's up? My ex was abusive for 15 years, did zero therapy healing, broke all court orders, and jumped right into a relationship. That's because he's a dark triad narcissist. Dark triad narcissists have narcissistic personality disorder, Machiavellianism, which means I'll gladly hurt you if it benefits me, and psychopathy. Go watch The Worst Ex Ever about Wade Wilson. If you ever want to see the capacity of modern dating, go watch that show. This man is convicted of being a serial killer, like horrific things, right? But because he's 6'5", good looking, tattoos, even though everything came out, you guys know who I'm talking about, right? Wade Wilson, the guy who's really good looking, who's going to jail for being a murderer or whatever, but he's got the Joker tattoos on his face. This dude was like literally preying on people. and manipulating people. He had like 7, 8 different relationships going on at one time, even with dudes. Okay. But because he's 6'5", really good looking, tattoos, good body, even though all the details of what he did to all these other women out here came out, as soon as they posted his face on social media and on the news, women started going crazy, calling for his release, going to GoFundMe and raising money for a murderer, showing up to his visitations, writing him letters. I warned her, but he's already got her manipulated. Yeah, that's because he already told her that you were the problem and you were crazy, so she wasn't going to listen to you anyway. She thinks that you're just trying to break them up. Can you share the dating app for over 50, please? Yes, it's called Our Time. It's called Our Time for 50 plus. It is sick. Malavilicious. Hi, my ex-husband left within 5 months of separation. He went back to his ex, which is his son's mother. Now she's pregnant. Yeah. So you were just a placeholder. You were a placeholder. Yep. Women flock to that dude just because he's 6'5", good looking, and has tattoos. But if you look at the women that he were dating, they were not the prettiest women. They were kind of mediocre at best. And he's like really good looking. He's probably like an 8, right? Or 9, depending on what you like. But dude's a good looking dude. Crazy as a fruit bat, though. Mine isn't boating any orders either, even went as far as saying, please come back and I'll forgive you for everything. Literally all I did was leave due to him trying to shove me off. Yeah. Yes, give me some more of that. Woo. Yeah. So, of course, he said that, Angelica, because he's already made it all out to be your fault. He's making you feel guilty. He's making you feel 4 things: fear, obligation, guilt, and sympathy. That's what they do. They're manipulators. If you let me come back, I'll forgive you for holding me accountable for trying to push you down the stair. Got it. Thank you. To heal, I wrote everything good, bad, and ugly in a journal. It still hurts when I see or hear anything about him, but it doesn't last very long. Then I realize what I have now that I never had in my past, which is peace. Facts. Peace is very important, especially for men. You know, one of the number one reasons that men want peace is because we're built for war, and we really only want to turn that crap on when it's really time for war. We don't want to have to turn on our let's get it for nonsense. Your divorce finalizes in less than a month. What's the next step, Miss Whitney? Keep dropping these questions and comments, guys. If you guys want to book a call with me, there's a link in my bio, or you guys can send me a direct message. Give me a little bit of details about what your biggest struggle is, and then tell me what you would want to accomplish if I were to help you, okay? Where can you find a good man these days that has their life together and doesn't try to blame you for things or tries to shift your words? Well, first of all, you've got to be able to prepare yourself to receive one of those guys, because chances are, if you've been in toxic relationship after toxic relationship after toxic relationship, you're the common denominator. That means there needs to be some change on your end. One thing I will tell you, and I see women doing this every single day, you're just sitting at home. You never put on, you never fix yourself up. You never do anything. You're just sitting around watching Virgin River thinking that some dude's going to knock on your door dressed like everything you've ever dang wanted. And oh my God, it's DoorDash. God delivered him through DoorDash. What are you doing to be able to receive one of those men? First of all, I tell you to lower your standards just a little, because sometimes women, y'all are way too picky. I'm not going to get off on that too much today, but every time I go live, I usually try to, every now and then I ask women, if you could build a perfect man, what would it be? Most of y'all 6 foot tall, 6 figures, and a fit body. You just eliminated like 85% of all men. And now every one of y'all are competing for the top 15% of men, regardless of age, regardless of what you look like. You're competing for the top 15% of men. I never said those men were single. I never said they were attractive. I never said they weren't crazy. I never said that they, right? So when we boil it down, most of y'all, if we look at just those 3 statistics, you're looking for 0.08% of men. We go back to court to establish custody, but he didn't do anything ordered. So that's called contempt of court, and the judge is probably going to chew him a new one. Good. One thing I want to tell you guys is let them, these people that are, they were the issue, they're crazy. They don't listen to any kind of orders. They don't do anything. It's not 8%. It's 0.08%. They don't care about any of those things. Let them, give them enough rope and they'll handle it. Married for 27 years. Husband has been in an affair for over 2 years. I couldn't leave at the time because of our daughter was going through the C word. But now that she has passed, I'm having a hard time leaving, even though I know it's hard. Well, you got a lot of things going there. First of all, y'all lift up Vanessa Copeland in prayer, guys. She lost her child. I'm so sorry. And she's going through a situation with her husband who's been cheating on her for 2 years. There's a lot of grief there. And at least when your daughter was here, you had somebody, right? If you would have left, you would have still had somebody. Now it's like, I don't have anybody. God's already there waiting for you, ma'am. Right? God is already there waiting on you. And you're stuck there because you're living in fear. Who's going to want me, right? Somebody will. Women, I don't know what it is about y'all. As soon as y'all hit late 40s, perimenopause, 50s, late 50s, early 60s, mid 60s, heck, even up in the late 60s, y'all are thinking that your life is over. Y'all are thinking that nobody's going to want you. And I can't tell you how many amazing men there are out here that's gone through a divorce, or they were widowed, or widowers, or whatever the word is, that are just looking for someone to share their life with. Yeah. Fear is not a spirit of God. He gave us the spirit. Yep. God did not give us the spirit of fear. It's a spirit. All of you guys that are asking about working with me one-on-one, just send me a message. Just send me a message. Only message me if you're wanting to work with me one-on-one, guys. I'm not going to coach you through the messenger. That is not going to help you one bit. Remember, turn to the man that always went to you. Yep. Good. You would prefer to be alone. That's because the people that you want to date don't want to date you, ma'am. Plus, it could be that you don't want to get your heart broken again. Is overtime for 50 safe? What do you mean? In mid-40s and just getting my new life started. Plenty of life left to live. There you go. That's the spirit. Kayla Brown, what's up? How do you not feel guilty for leaving when you know you deserve better? It's because you've been conditioned. There's a difference between guilts. There's true guilt and false guilt. True guilt is I walk up, punch you in the nose. I'm guilty. I did that, right? False guilt is that someone else punches you in the nose and I take the blame for it. That's what you're doing. You just said, I know that I deserve better, but I feel guilty for leaving. That is a normal response to trauma. You are in a trauma bond, sister, and we can get you out of that in about 8 weeks. That is normal. You've been conditioned. And one of the number one reasons that you feel guilty is because you've always put him first in everything. And now you're trying to put yourself first, and it feels a little awkward because you're a people pleaser. All right. Let's see. Christian, stable job, loving, supportive, faithful, and willing to work on himself and recognize when they're wrong. I'm a pastor's kid with 3 kids with a crazy hard life, but have put in the work. I'm 29 and have only had the one relationship. That was 8 years. All right. So let's look at it. Let's get some honest truths. You have 3 children and you're still, you're only 29. Okay. I got you. Same kids. I mean, kids with the same dad. That's okay. You're going to need an older man who is willing to take on 3 kids. And I'm not telling you that they're not out here, because they're out here every single day. I was one of those dudes. I love kids. I don't care about kids. Let's go, man. Whatever. Bring your kids. But it's going to take a man who is not a boy. It's going to take a man who is not a boy. Okay. You got a lot of criteria there. There's nothing wrong with that. So you want a stable job, who's loving and supportive and faithful. And all that sounds so fairy tale. That's amazing. One thing I've learned about unconditional love is that you're never going to have unconditional love or understand unconditional love if you get with someone who meets all of your conditions. You got a lot of conditions there, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, but you need to realize that you're going to have some slim pickings. God has a husband for you. What if he doesn't? What if God doesn't have a husband for you ever again, what if that was it for you? What are you going to do about it? Is your life over? Or can you devote your life to service? What do I do when I am more broken going into a relationship? Why would you be going into a relationship if you're more broken? Why would you take your trash and pour it in someone else's yard? Why would we do that? Well, Angelica, one thing that I would tell you to do is to stay single for at least a year. Stay single for at least a year and figure out who you truly are. Do some work with some therapy, work with some coaching. Since being divorced and I have dated a bit, no relationships, but dating helped me see other men who doesn't need me and already has their life working on them. So that's one thing that I want to tell the men. If you get out here with the mentality that you need a woman and you're going to make that woman your entire world, she's going to lose attraction for you, because a woman doesn't want to be your entire world. She will get tired of that because you're too much. You're there too much. You're too clingy. You're too needy. You're letting her lead and things like that. She's going to lose attraction for you and she's going to cheat on you or leave you one. I have so many men tell me that they are intimidated to approach me, and I had a woman yesterday tell me that I am put together very well and they are afraid to. With that being said, I am very easygoing, yet I do stick to my boundaries. I'm not looking for 6 foot tall and muscular. I have lowered my standards. I got you. So if a lot of men are telling you that you're intimidated, maybe you are picking weak men. If you keep having to be the bigger person, maybe you should stop trying to attract smaller people. But having said that, if you've been through a lot, sometimes y'all come out here and you're very abrasive. I don't need no man and all that. Yeah, you give off that. Men are not going to be attracted to that unless it's a weak man and he wants somebody to mommy him. Men want soft. And sometimes it's hard for y'all to do because life has kicked you in the butt so much that you became a little rigid. If you are unhealed from past trauma, last thing you do, yeah, absolutely. Being with him, heard God clearly say, you will never be who I called you to be if you stay in this. Well, that's probably a good clue that you need to stay. Need to get out. Please talk with me. I need to know what I am doing wrong. Yep, send me a message. If you only knew my trauma, you would be speechless. Nah, probably not. I see everything. I've seen it all. There ain't nothing you can tell me that I haven't seen, probably. Yep. You have to have a balance. Okay. We are in the process of divorce. He makes me suffer, and we have 2 kids. It's called no-touch torture. And Miss Ruth, I can show you how to set boundaries and navigate that and tell him where the sun should shine. Tell him where to put the whole sunshine and still make you look okay in court. Keep it rocking, guys. Keep dropping these questions and comments. All of you guys that are messaging me, please only message me if you are serious about doing some work. Got a few more openings available for my 8-week course. I just launched group coaching for Sunday night or for Thursday nights, guys. That is my divorce support group. Had to make some modifications to it. And then I've got my 8-week course, which is where you break free. If you want to detach from your ex, break these trauma bonds, those types of things, figure out who you are outside of a relationship, learn to set boundaries, learn how to co-parent. Let's talk. I do have financing options through Afterpay, Affirm, and Klarna. And I also have payment plans. Let's go, guys. I don't care if you work with me or not, but work with somebody. Don't just do what you've always done. Don't fall back into your habits. You're going to get the same results because you're there. What is y'all's biggest struggle this morning? Well, let's rock, guys. What is AA, Corey? Let's go. AI summary just said a pastor offers advice on divorce and finding love after trauma. Dang. It's proven biblically and scientifically that soul ties are real. I call it a trauma bond. Women, did y'all know that based off of psychology and neurology that the more partners that you have in the bedroom, the less likely it is that you will find compatible love for yourself? 5 stages of relationships. The honeymoon stage, everybody's familiar with that one. That's where you can't keep your hands off of each other. You're overlooking all the little whatevers. Stage 2 is the reality stage. That's when you're like, oh wow, this person has a tone. They have a temper. They can overreact. Oh my God, they're human, right? That's where a lot of people start to build contempt for each other, and it's never addressed in stage 2. So it bleeds over into stage 3, which is the roommate stage, which is where most divorces take place. You stop dating, you stop talking to each other. There's no wood being put on the fire, none of those things. It's just, man. Number one reason that I see people get into roommate stage really quick is because they have kids. Okay. If you can somehow work through the roommate stage, then you can get to the next stage, which is the reconnection stage. That's when you start dating again. That's where you start to fall in love all over again. You go back into the honeymoon stage a little bit. And then once you do that and you realize, okay, this person, they're going to like to play golf every Sunday. I'm cool with it. All right, this person wants to buy 15,000 plants and stick them in the kitchen. Yeah. All right, cool. Whatever. And you learn to have respect and appreciation for each other. And that's when you get to stage 5, which is the everlasting love, which is extremely rare. 25% chance that happens for you. 75% of all marriages fail. Oh, I got new comments. Sorry, guys. Good morning, Crystal. I'll send you a PM later. That'll work. Get past. That's third stage. Yep. Chris, what's up, man? Why are these things doing this? Hold on a second, guys. My wife told me she filed yesterday. How do I get the horrible feeling in my stomach to go away? And can you provide tips on how to sleep? Because that's not happening. Yes, absolutely, Chris. There is no woman walking this earth, and there's no pain here that is worth you not being here anymore. One thing that I want to tell you, and women don't understand this when they leave good men, men have a 245% increase in the chance that they won't be here anymore because of the pain. And the reason why is because they have nobody to talk to. Women have a support system, a little friend group, whatever. Men don't have nobody. And we're taught our whole lives since childbirth, don't talk about your feelings. You suck it up and be a man, right? You don't have to do that, brother. You can have someone who can help you and walk through it. And I highly recommend that you do that. Send me a message. Let's chit chat. That means mine cheated as well. That means mine cheated as well. Got to the reconnects. What now? Yes. Brought her. I brought her and her brother and her best friend in from being homeless. And after 4 years, I said it's enough. Well, you got to stop being Captain Save-A-Ho. You got to stop being Captain Save-A-Ho. So many men are out here walking the earth looking for to be their knight in shining armor who shows up and rescues and saves the day. And the problem with that is there's a very high probability that you're going to end up with a covert narcissist who comes in as a damsel in distress. Oh, I had an ex who was crazy and he did this and he did that. Oh, baby, let me show you what a real man can do. Enjoy the ride, cowboy. Enjoy that ride. Better buckle up and put your tray tables in the upright and secure position. The Bible says don't give your strength to those types of women because they're the destroyers of kings. You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. I mean, he took everything from me. I don't have a car. I don't have nothing. My babies don't have shoes. Oh, my God. And this dude's like, here's you a new Tahoe, baby. Here's y'all some new on clouds. Let me buy all your children some school clothes, baby. Look at me. I'm the man. Bang. She's like, oh, thank you. And she's got 15 other dudes in her Snapchat. Have fun. Yeah, we did that. And I will tell you, I backed out second time around when we fell in love again because that's what she did and how sis did it was never leave mine. That's a whole lot to read right there, Mr. Jimmy. If you have God, you can do everything. That sounds so good to give us warm fuzzies. God will allow you to have your entire rear end handed to you. God won't give you more than you can handle. Yes, he will. God will do whatever it takes to get you down to wherever it is that you need to be so that all you can depend on is him. Free will. No, we ain't got no free will. We got a will, but it ain't free. You're either confined to the chains of this world and the devil, or you are chained to your Lord and your Savior. That's it. There is no halfway. I think I'm just going to tamper around down here and play and figure things out myself, and I'm going to keep God in my back pocket until I need something, and then I'm going to pull him out like a genie in the bottle. I don't believe in free will. Can you have a free will to decide if you want Fruit Loops or Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Yes. I restricted you? I didn't restrict anybody. Oh, we won't get into theology this morning. Keep dropping these questions and comments, guys. Let's go. Humans like to believe in free will because we want to maintain our own autonomy. We always want to be our own little island off here by ourselves. I love God and he's awesome and I appreciate him. Oh my God, right? But you never want God to be fully in control. You're cool with him being your savior, but you're not cool with him being your Lord. Yeah. All right. Why does my ex have his new wife send his kids' birthday cards and he don't even sign the card and his kids have not even met her? It's probably not him having her do it. It's probably her doing it out of the kindness of her heart because she's probably a decent woman and your ex doesn't care. You have to understand these people don't really have the ability to show true love to anybody. If it feels wrong, pay attention because only you can take care of yourself. Yep. All right, guys, keep dropping these questions. Oh, Lordy. I'll be with y'all for about another 15 minutes, guys, and I got to get to the gym. All you guys that are messaging me, please, please, please only message me if you're serious about doing the work. No, my services are not free. Yes, I do charge for them. No, they're not cheap. But you can't afford not to do something. You don't have to work with me. There's other people out here that'll, are a lot cheaper than me, but it all depends on what you're wanting to accomplish. How do you recover from a cheater? You realize that it had nothing to do with your value. It had everything to do with her loyalty. But I see a lot of men that get cheated on because, well, let me ask you this, Adam. What kind of man were you in that relationship? Did you just show up for her anytime she needed you? You were there, bought her all the things, worked all the hours, yes, dear type of dude? What does a soon-to-be divorced life look like for 44-year-old man and women with 4 young kids? Why are you worried about her, first of all? What does life look like for a 44-year-old divorced man who has 4 young kids? It's going to look however you want it to look, man. That's the most beautiful thing about being a human being is that you can always start over. My recommendation, if you were my coaching client, brother, is I would help you heal out some grief and we would start working on building your masculinity more. We would work on driving you to God a little more because you will never be able to lead your family if God's not leading you. And I know that because I walked that in my own life. There are times when I am on fire for God and it's like, God's this, God's, and then there are times that life kicks me in the rear end and I trip and I fall, right? It's hard. But your life at only 44 years old, I'm 47, I'll be 50 in January. Okay. Your life can be whatever it is that you want it to be. 3 years ago, I went through my divorce and I thought my life was over, man. I literally did. I'm like, oh my God, nobody's going to want me, blah, 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 blah. And God showed me different. And I started making content. And now here I am, a full-time coach. I sold my business that I owned, and now I do this full-time. You have no idea what God's got for you next, but that's the secret. You got to see what God has for you, not what dating apps have for you. You need to not worry about them. That is something that I had to learn. Yeah, you got to fix your focus. I'm a deer hunter, okay? I'm a deer hunter. If I come out here and I see a deer and I start looking through the scope and I put my scope on this deer and I close one eye like this, right? By doing that, I'm looking through, all I can see is what's inside the scope. And I'm so focused on this deer that I want to shoot, right? But if I open this other eye too, I may see that there's an even bigger deer over to the left because I am working on my focus. I'm not just hyper focused on one little thing. I'm seeing the full picture. Does that make sense? I worry that my kids will not have a good life going from a big home to 2 small apartments. Let me explain something to you. The most amazing time of my life and the worst time of my life, I was living in a 900 square foot house and we had to warm up to the stove every morning because it was so cold. In the wintertime, we had to warm up to the stove. And that's some of the best memories that I have of my life. Kids don't care about how big the house is. Kids care about how much love and safety and peace there is in that house. Yeah, you got to get an apartment. Awesome. That means you don't have to pay if the air conditioner goes out or if the roof starts leaking or if you have a busted water pipe or something. Those kids are not going to care. Is it ideal for where you are compared to what they were in? No. But at least you got a roof over your head. Kids want to know that their dad is there. Kids want your presence. They want peace. What made you complete your divorce? I didn't have a choice. It doesn't matter where you're at, man. Some of the most amazing times I've ever had in my life was in a daggum tent camping out. I don't care about the house, man. The problem is that you think that makes you less of a man because you're living in an apartment. Not one bit. Totally lost. 25 years since 15 years old. Yeah, so y'all been together since y'all were 15. She cheated and left. Y'all never had an opportunity to be kids. Y'all never had an opportunity to make stupid decisions in your early 20s or any of those stupid things. And this is what happens. Send me a message. I'll show you how to get out of that. Y'all got to let go of this happily ever after nonsense that Disney sold y'all. Nowhere in the Bible are we told that you're supposed to be happily ever after in your relationship. It's going to be the hardest thing you ever do besides raising kids. Yep. All right, guys, listen, I got to get off here. I got to get to the gym. If you guys need anything from me, send me a message and we can chit chat there. I didn't think that I wanted to get a divorce because I was thinking I don't need to because I'm not going to get married again, but I need to get divorced for closure. You need to get divorced for mental health. I'm not like pro-divorce. Let me clarify. I get so many hateful messages from Christians every single day. I am not pro-divorce. What I am pro-divorce about, if I had to be pro-divorce, is people who are being mistreated and cheated on and abused, and they're dealing with addicts and things like that. Okay? I don't believe that our Lord and Savior would ever want you to stay in a situation like that. I just don't. Anyway, I got to run, guys. Love y'all. I'll see y'all later tonight, maybe.